My name is Nur'aini from the Management Study Program, NPM 224111016. In this video, I will present a learning discussion on the topic of ownership structure. Here is the explanation. Ownership structure, implications for corporate governance and performance. Ownership structure is a fundamental component of a company's corporate governance system. It determines how voting rights, control, and influence over strategic decisions are distributed among shareholders. A comprehensive understanding of ownership structure is crucial as it directly affects managerial oversight, the protection of minority shareholders, and the achievement of long-term corporate objectives. Broadly, ownership structures can be classified into several main types: concentrated ownership, dispersed ownership, and managerial ownership. Concentrated ownership refers to a condition in which the majority of a company's shares are held by one or a few large entities, such as families, the state, or business conglomerates. Dispersed ownership occurs when shares are held by numerous individual or institutional investors, with no single party holding dominant control. Meanwhile, managerial ownership refers to the ownership of shares by company managers or directors, which may align the interests of managers with those of shareholders. According to Laporta, Lopez de Silanes, and Schleifer, 2023, in their updated study Corporate Ownership Around the World Revisited, developing countries such as Indonesia tend to have highly concentrated ownership structures. This reflects the dominance of family-owned firms and the significant role of the state as a major shareholder, especially in state-owned enterprises, SOEs. Such a structure can offer stability and long-term strategic direction but also raises concerns over potential conflicts of interest between majority and minority shareholders and the risk of non-transparent or biased decision-making. These conflicts are commonly known as agency conflicts. Claessens and Yurtoglu, 2022, identify two main types of agency conflicts. The first is Type 1 agency conflict, which arises between shareholders and managers and is typically found in dispersed ownership structures. The second is Type 2 agency conflict, which arises between controlling, majority, shareholders and minority shareholders, often observed in concentrated ownership environments. Both types of conflict may hinder the achievement of efficiency, fairness, and accountability in corporate governance. In the Indonesian context, the OECD Corporate Governance Factbook, 2023, reports that approximately 70% of public companies have highly concentrated ownership, with controlling owners holding over 50% of shares. In many cases, this structure is reinforced by mechanisms such as dual-class shares or pyramid structures, which allow increased control without proportionate economic ownership. These practices can worsen information asymmetry and make it difficult for minority investors to evaluate and monitor corporate performance objectively. To address these challenges, the Financial Services Authority, OJK, of Indonesia promotes transparency and disclosure of ownership through various regulations. These include mandatory disclosure of ultimate beneficial owners and controlling shareholders in annual and sustainability reports. These rules aim to enhance investor protection and public trust in the integrity of the capital markets. Meanwhile, managerial ownership can provide economic incentives for managers to act in the best interest of shareholders. However, excessive managerial ownership may lead to self-dealing, where managers exploit their position for personal gain. Therefore, robust oversight by boards of commissioners, audit committees, and independent shareholders is necessary to maintain a balance of interests. Ownership structure with careful and sustainable strategies to ensure effective, transparent, and ethical corporate governance.